Jory Jansen coming into the lab here this morning. We're going to twist the momentum over here. We got Jory up on stage here. Jory, good morning, my friend. Good to see you here this morning.
How are you, Jory? Always wonderful to see your smile.
Yeah, and
that smile brings a nice essence of love into my life. So thank you.
And I know this is going to put a little smile on Johnny's face too, and he's probably going to drop something when I bring the sound up. There we go.
Oh man,
Jory, you sent me a text last night. I was out to grub with the family. You're like, "What are we talking about today?" Yeah, what are we talking about today? And she's, "The holidays are around the corner." I'm like, "Yeah, they are on the corner." It's funny, and I was like, "They are around the corner." And she's like, "Maybe we should talk about what we should be eating for the holidays." And I thought Thanksgiving weekend was coming up this weekend, just like I thought fucking Clocks Day was a week before, and George's like, "No, it's next weekend." So what we thought we'd do, Nation, was over the next couple days here, and we're going to see how it's going to go. But we're going to start today talking about setting you guys up for success to eat over the holiday season. Because you guys know how I kicked off the segment a number of minutes ago. Everybody's inviting you to Chili's and every other restaurant under the sun, Jory, for 50% off here, 70% off there, 80% off here. But nobody's inviting you to the vegetable stand or the chicken stand for 25% off. So, Jory, let's take some time this morning to give our listeners some advice on how to make some good choices this holiday season. Let's keep it right.
I think there's a bit of an unintentional theme here today. The holidays isn't always festive for everybody, right? And coming from a dad who is a meat cutter to pastor to security guard, just going through highs and lows in family. Holidays weren't always easy. I remember for one Christmas, we were told us 4 kids weren't going to be having Christmas presents. And the miracle was I got a new gym bag under the tree. And that was the best gift. And I remember that Christmas the most, right? This season isn't necessarily the season for happiness for everyone, but finding the joy. And when it comes to nutrition, and I say this all the time, I was chatting with some figure skaters over the weekend, and I always say, and I believe it, nutrition isn't everything, but it plays a role in everything. And so it's more of picking your battles over the holiday season. Everyone's scared of the 5 to 10 pound weight gain that happens over the holidays because in the US it's Thanksgiving and immediately then if you celebrate Christmas or any other festival over that time frame. But it's really only the evidence shows it's 1 to 2 pounds over that time that we increase. The challenge is that those 1 to 2 pounds don't necessarily come off over the years. That's what matters. And so it's like figuring out what are a few things that you can do? And a couple of simple things is a lot of times it's buffet style, right?
Yes.
When you go to homes, it's fill your plate. And I always say this to my high performance athletes when they go to, when they're playing at the games, at the Olympics, it's like crazy buffet style. It's like eyes wide open. And it's, you know what, you have a bit of time, scan the room first. It's not avoiding, it's find what do you really want, make sure you get that versus filling your plate. And then you get to what you really wanted to get in that room. So now your plate isn't just filled, it's layered.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And so it's just making some wiser decisions. How many meals are you eating out? What are you doing in between? Are you still hitting the gym? Are you going for that walk after the meal to bring the blood sugars down to for mental clarity? Are you giving yourself that 10 to 15 minutes before you go for the seconds or thirds to be like, am I hungry or am I just enjoying the moment? So just figuring out a few things that you might want to focus on. Are you really hungry or are you dehydrated? Those sort of things.
How about those that don't eat all day, Jory? And I got to be honest, there's some Christmases I'm that dude at my mom's because I'm like, my mom's going to sorry, Marty, just admitting it, man. I just know I'm going to mom's and I'm making this one meal I make only once a year. I'm like, all right, I'm not going to eat all day so I can go crush it. So Marty.
None of the moms make you feel bad for not eating it. Do you not like my cooking?
So how do we deal with that? How do we tell our men to go politely tell mom that I'm not having as many pierogies today, mom?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
I think one of the big things is really showing appreciation for what's been done. Once you show appreciation, that's what I'm looking for when I've done something. I'm like, just feed me my emotional support right now that you love what I've done. And so I think that's the biggest one is just showing appreciation.
Can I back that up real quick, Joy? It's these situations in these meals are about getting together to share the people and the love that's at the table. It's not loving the food, it's loving the people. The food is just like the icing on the cake. It's not the cake.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like the food too, though.
Yeah, but
And the cake.
But you're a fat kid. There's never enough cake.
Well, wait a minute. Just this. Yes, I can relate to that. Actually, I was certainly the
I
fat
am too.
kid.
I'm not throwing you under the bus by yourself.
No,
we
dude,
do it together.
Yes, I know. It's there's cake. I want some icing over there. But Jory, so what you're saying and giving some great advice is when you get to the buffet table, try to load the greens first. Try to choose the broccoli. Try to choose the Brussels sprouts. But the problem is, Marty, is mom makes the broccoli dish just covered in cheese and cream and all the great extra stuff that goes on to the broccoli. And you're like, I just shouldn't eat the broccoli.
Offer to bring something.
So there's a tip for Nation.
Here's another thought is when you're getting ready to eat all this stuff that you know that might make you feel poorly, think about how are you going to still feel, how are you going to feel in an hour when you're still wanting to engage with these wonderful people? Are you going to be happy doing that when you got a gut ache because you ate a bunch of shit or you ate too much or whatever it is? Stay focused on the purpose of the get together. The idea of the get together is not to eat so much that you all feel like shit and you go looking for a couch.
I think it is though for many people. Actually, it's like
that's what it's come down to.
Yeah,
that's what it's come down to. Literally, I remember as a kid, older brothers would be like, it was almost like the goal. They ate so much, going to the couch was like the finish line, and it just comes down the line. It's what we learn, and one way or the next, I think it's fun to have these conversations. Oh, I ate too much, but when it comes down to it, what does that do? It to a certain extent, it removes you from the situation, and the whole situation is to be thankful and to experience your loved ones, and the food should just be a little accent to the situation. Not to say that you can't have a few bites of mom's broccoli with the cheese, just don't fucking eat too much.
This is going to be fun because we didn't run this morning show last holiday season, but as we're approaching the U.S. Thanksgiving and the holiday season, I think, Jory, we're going to have a lot of fun with this segment over the next number of weeks with Johnny and Marty and myself and everything, and talking food, and because there's so many ways people dial it, and I'm one of them. And it's okay, I'm not going to eat for a few days and go crush mom's pierogies, or I'm just going to go and eat some broccoli, or I'm just going to.
So you hear that too. I'm not going to eat for a few days before this meal. What the hell is wrong with that?
I know, but it's funny. So it's going to be humorous, I think, as we go through the next number of weeks and having this conversation, because people will tell themselves stories, right, Jory? And we all tell ourselves stories on how to get through food over the holiday season. It's incredible.
Family gatherings can already be stressful.
Yes.
Take food out of it, right? If there's something that you can feel like you're bringing in terms of self-care for yourself, it's not about avoiding, it's just being wise.
Yeah. Yes.
Right? Using your past to create wisdom for the future, and how do you want to set yourself up for success for that particular event? And maybe one is, maybe I'm not going to drink alcohol all night long. Perhaps I'm going to choose between an alcoholic beverage and the dessert, and it's not an all or nothing. You can probably have a little bit of both if that works for you. But what can you feel proud of at the end of that event, that you brought a better version of you than you did last season?
Yes. All right, the protein break, a fun little conversation this morning, a little shorter than normal with Jory today, just talking some food topics. We're going to keep Jory, we're going to keep her on obviously we got her back on Wednesday and Friday. We're going to keep giving you guys nuggets to help you through the holiday season, help you guys eat good, help you guys hit those nutritional goals. We're going to say goodbye to Marty here. He's got to rock and roll out of here. But Jory, quickly before we go, what do you got plans for today? Today I know is Remembrance Day here in Canada, or Veterans Day there in the U.S. Anything you want to say before we walk out of here today, Jory?
It's going to be a good day, a little bit family time, and my husband's in England still, but with my daughter, but also have a little bit of work, which is great. I've got this really cool event I'm working with just to support, not like the typical athlete that you think of, but these are like aesthetic performers.
Oh, yeah.
And so we're going to have a 3-hour retreat we're planning for next Sunday for them. So we're just working on.
Oh, fun. Awesome. We always appreciate you joining us here, Jory. Thank you very much this morning for hanging out with us.
And Jory, thank you for always bringing such great information, but such a wonderful energy to the morning for us. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you. And John, take care.
Thank you.
All right. See you guys.
Take care, Jory.
All right, Jory.
All right.